Green.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Switch it, switch it, switch it.
Black swap. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Check white. Hut.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
Switch, yellow.
Check safety, check safety. Shift, shift.
Check pink.
Check the hot read. Switch, switch, switch.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Smith red. Blue check. Yellow, line it. Hut,
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Black 40.
Get away. 49's the light. Watch 49. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Opposite, green.
Hey, watch this.
Ready.
They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Andy Janovich with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Falcons have got it on cruise control.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback we saw score a touchdown? This is a throwback type of a game. The fullback used to be a primary ball carrier. Now he's a lead blocker. Nice to see him rewarded for all of his hard work.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcon. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And a loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 43.
Check 99. Check 99. Switch.
Black swap. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
45. White.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Blue 32.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Check 45 to the mic. Check 45 to the mic. Defense wins championships, baby. Jim.
Check white. Ready, go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 37.
Switch, yellow.
Jump. Rush in.
Set, go.
Here's a give up the middle. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here is 3rd and 5.
Hey, go get it.
Check 43.
Meg.
He's crossed.
Set, go.
He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Watch the safety creep. Check it backer.
Check pink.
Watch twins. Tighten up.
Ready, go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. Now 2nd and 9.
45. Mike, 45.
Check smash.
Left three. Check. No.
Set, cut.
He'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Slide, 97. Blue check. Check, cut.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for two. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to... And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the stones. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Fields. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got it to the 43 here. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff running through the middle. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Third and 3.
60 red. Ultra. Check. Smash. Strike. Ready.
Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. About 3 yards there to the 27. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he got a pretty good gain out of it.
Ready. Yellow. 43.
Here we go. Strong right. We got three, fellas.
Blue check. Check right. Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Boy, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Come on, set. Black 40.
I'm coming for the set. Check 43. Hey, alert 3. He's crashing. He's checking.
Opposite. Green. Set, cut.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Black one. Check white. Cut.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to get going again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Deion Jones able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Now Fields. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Ritter back to throw. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, trying to get the defense to flow the other direction on the bootleg, but Charles, they were not fooled whatsoever.
I like your description there, because on that flow, all you're trying to do is get...
And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Fields on 1st down. That one's taken in by Spears. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. That ball caught by Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's it, baby.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Back to throw, Ritter. Sliding out of the pocket. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Go ultra. Ultra. Ultra.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. Ritter. Rolling to his right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Falcons, they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they fall for just the 4th time all season as they will finish 13-4. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been...
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. McLaren way too white to be shooting in the odds. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. So these spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a part. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only watch Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, the one-on-one, everything they see. Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
Civilian. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It's a cost a couple thousand, some millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright. Business as usual.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Taking on Trey Lance and the Detroit Lions.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off. Get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Back to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd down, Ritter. He'll buy some time right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Out of the huddle now for play number 9. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Andy Janovich punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
45,
Now Lance a fake of the jet sweep, and he wants to throw it off that play action. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Lance. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Lance going to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Lorenzo Carter drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down. So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Falcon football. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red 38. Black swap. Check right. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burton. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Burton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than 1 per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go.